looks good. It's big and heavy and shiny, so it goes nice up there.
Back-to-back wins, and now you're back home. Do you feel a little momentum building for this team and this program?
Well, yeah, after last week, but every week's a new week, and we take a little bit of time to enjoy it, and then it's back to work. We got a tough game this week. New Mexico coming to town. They're a quality football team in all areas, and so we put the past behind us. But it's gratifying for the kids to have some success because of how hard they've worked. Again, it's validation if they work hard. Wasn't perfect by any means, but to get a win on the road against our rivals is always nice. But we can get a lot better, and we need to be a lot better.
Were you concerned, especially going into a game against a team that runs the ball like the Lobos do, were you concerned the way the Spartans were able to move the ball on the ground against them?
Well, yeah, it's there's two different things. Obviously, New Mexico with the option, it's very difficult to stop because it's very difficult to practice it. Simulate it and practice it. The speed and the precision that they run it with is very difficult. And so our scout team players this week, it's going to be really critical that our show teams, we put guys in position to give us a good look, and because they're tough to stop.
And you guys just beat the Spartans on their homecoming night, but this is your homecoming here. What does homecoming mean to Coach Tedford?
Well, it's great. I hope people come back. I think it's great for people to take or have pride in their school, and hopefully the football program to where they'll come back and be a part of it and help fill the stadium and create some energy. And so it's always nice to see people come back. As far as the football team's concerned, our routine will stay the same, but it is always nice to see former faces, whether it be students or teammates, players, come back and be a part of it. So we hope to do our job and make it a positive night for everyone.
Today we don't have a wireless mic passing around, so it's just time to open the floor. Have any questions for Coach? Nobody has any questions.
I mean, the way that you guys won on Saturday, controlling the time of possession, limiting all things good. 4 turnovers to 0, 4th down success. I mean, the way that you kind of took that, the air out of that. Is that fun? Do you enjoy winning like that?
Well, I didn't enjoy winning like that because we didn't play very well in the second half offensively. I was pretty frustrated at the end of the game because offensively we didn't do some things we needed to do. I thought our defense played really solid, even though we can tackle a little bit better. We're usually a pretty sound tackling team, and we missed some tackles in the game. But the field position flipped on us, and we couldn't get it out of there. And a lot of it had to do with us just not doing what we're supposed to do. We didn't execute, and we had some missed assignments and some things like that, which was frustrating. You always like to win, and you always love to see the kids happy about it. But, on my ride home, I was thinking about what could we have done better. And but the turnover battle is absolutely key. That's what we talk about all the time. And to get 4 and to not give any away, typically you're going to be on the successful end of that situation. So that was good. But we had some penalties that put us behind the sticks, and just, it was not a real clean game. 4th down conversions, 3 for 3 was great. But we got to get better. We had too many mistakes and didn't execute well enough offensively.
But I guess defensively, though, do you have a feeling now after watching your defense for a few weeks that you've got a defense that's going to keep you in pretty much every game you play? And maybe that means the offense doesn't have to, do the fireworks that.
No, everybody's got to execute. We got to put it all together in every phase. That's the goal. But each week's a new week. But defensively, we've been flying around, running to the ball, tackling pretty well. That back last week from San Jose, he's a good back. He's a physical back, and he broke some tackles. But defense did a good job. We're hustling, we're running, and and that's impressive. That we're always going to put ourselves in a position to do things if we just pay attention to the details and we hustle and we tackle properly. Because when you run, you put yourself in a position to be around the ball, and so if we continue to practice like that, then I think our defense will be fine. But this week is a whole new challenge. New Mexico brings a whole different animal in here. It's the option and the way that they run it is very difficult. Well, it's not the typical dive option. It's read option. They got a lot of moving pieces to it. They're very fast with what they do. They get you in space a lot. So schematically looking at it on tape, yes, they do a great job. But again, it's just hard to practice it. It's not what you see every week. And so, do we have an option quarterback on this team that's going to give us a look during this week? Those type of things. It's a read situation, so we don't have somebody in our team that's used to reading it and doing it and running option and all that kind of stuff. So how we practice and how we prepare and how we get our scout teams ready to go is really critical this week. We're thinking about it right now. Yeah, we're looking at all the options of whether it's a receiver or a running back or what have you that will do it. It won't be a quarterback. It will definitely be another position, a skill position that can run.
Coach Juju was the defensive player of the week. Obviously had a great game, but what has he meant to your defense this season?
Juju's been really solid. I'm really happy for him. I just heard about that, and well deserved. He's been playing very solid all year. He's been very coachable. He tackles well, reading his keys. Great interception last week. Running to the ball. Practices hard every day, paying attention to all the little things. So it's nice to see that pay off for him because he's come a long way.
Him being a Valley guy too, I'm sure guys from Hanford and all around know who he is. What does that mean to have a guy like that that stayed home and continue to build their Valley guys?
Well, it's always nice to see the local kids who come have success. Great to see any of our kids have success, but I think the local products who come here and see that they can accomplish their goals and have success here, I think is a big deal, as our focus in recruiting is to make sure that we take care of our backyard first. And so it's nice to see the local guys have success like that and be honored with a Player of the Week.
What's the next step for Ronnie Rivers? I mean, he started as a true freshman. You like his blocking ability, his running ability. He has a 100-yard game. What would you like to see from him moving forward?
Still continue to grow. I think Ronnie's got a really bright future, but all those young backs, or both, I should say both those young backs, Mims and Rivers both, I think every time they hit the game field, it's a learning experience for them, and they come away thinking maybe I could do this different or that different, and whether I can close a cushion or make my move now or make my move then, or how they see blitz pick up, and just everything. Each week for a freshman that the game's moving pretty fast. Each time out is a great opportunity for them to grow and learn in every phase of their game, whether it be blocking, whether it be running with the football, whether it be route catching, route running, whatever it may be. All of it's a learning experience. So they're just going to continue to grow.
What are the intangibles that Ronnie Rivers brings, though?
He has great football instincts. It comes really natural to him. You can explain something on the board with him, and he can go on the field and get it done the first time, where not everyone can do that. They need reps on the field. But Ronnie has a really good feel for the game and an understanding, and things make sense to him. He has savvy, he has football savvy and instincts to where, it just comes naturally. He catches the ball really naturally. There's a lot of things that he really does well. And, as he grows here in the weight room and gets more explosive and all that, I think he has a really bright future.
It seems like a recurring theme for you, Coach, where you prepare for a team that's played multiple quarterbacks, and with New Mexico, part of that's an injury situation. But are they a different team when Lamar Jordan's on the field as far as the vertical passing threat?
Well, they want to lead obviously with the run, and they can all do that. But they can all throw it well enough to get the ball down the field. And that's the thing, they're going to catch you sleeping over playing to the run and try to hit big plays. and all of them can do that. So we have to prepare for their scheme and not so much for an individual player. And the scheme's going to obviously make us work hard this week. I mean, really be on top of our game. And whichever quarterback plays, we got to play their offensive scheme and make sure that we're sound and our eyes are right and our eyes are disciplined on what we're doing. We don't go to sleep and let them get a big play.
Is that when you have a situation like that where it's all about assignment football? You've been playing a defense with a lot of substitution, especially in the front four. Is that a situation where it's harder to go that deep and have all those guys stay assignment first?
No, I think our coaches do a good job of getting these guys prepared to play. And we're really fortunate. There's not a huge drop off, but when we substitute guys out, and so the rules have to be simple, and we'll get enough reps with it this week to get those guys. That's how we practice. Is we get a lot of reps in practice, so it's pretty much simulating a game, and so those guys will get plenty of reps to get it done. But it's important that everybody pays attention to what's going on, because it's a real detail oriented week for sure this week, because if you miss an assignment, it's going to cost you.
Coach, what did you think of Marcus's play on Saturday?
Marcus did all right. Didn't turn a football over, which is key. But I think, admittedly, he would say that he could have made a few throws that he missed. And but again, every week's a different defense and what you're going to see, and bring different things with blitz packages and so on and so forth. Thought he did a good job of getting us some protections that we needed to get protected, but there was just a couple balls there that he could have hit. I think Rice down the middle was an easy throw that he overthrew. Mims in the flat on the third down, that would have been an easy throw, first down that he missed. So things like that. But I think he was probably trying a little too hard, trying to throw it a little too hard, and was erratic, but did a lot of good things as well, so he'll continue to improve, I'm sure.
As far as the playbook, you feel that he's all the way caught up, obviously, since he started a little later. Was the whole playbook open with him?
Yeah, well, the whole playbook is just specific to the game plan. You never take your whole playbook into a game plan. That would be impossible to practice all those plays or to run all those plays. So conceptually, yes, I think he understands that. Now, by what formations we do things, and whether it's motions or shifts or whatever goes on, and how to manage that and see the moving parts, that's a whole different story. But he's he's experienced player. He understands things and sees rotation and things like that. So it's not real new to him. It's just what the challenges are each week with what teams bring, and how we pick up pressures, and how we do the things that we do things. It's a fraction of the playbook that goes into a whole game. When he can concentrate on that, then he's fine.
Coach, you know Derek Carr very well. He was expected to be out 2 to 6 weeks with that broken back, but now it looks like he's going to be playing next week. Is that surprising that he's bouncing back so quick?
I don't know. I know he's a character kid, and he's very tough and highly competitive. So it doesn't surprise me that he's worked hard to get back there. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know the extent of the injury or whatever, but I'm sure they'll take good care of him. But if there's anybody or anything he can do, I'm sure he's spending a ton of time, in the treatment center and doing all that kind of stuff, doing every possible thing he can do to get back. That's what I would anticipate from him. But sometimes things need to heal, so but I know it wouldn't be from lack of trying to get it done and effort to get it done.
Coach, a couple of weeks ago, you made a comment that it wasn't as loud in the stadium as you remember. Are you expecting it to be louder this weekend?
I hope so. I mean, I hope it being homecoming, I hope that with each week that goes, that fans get into it and create that advantage for us. And third down is good. On first and second down, it'd be great to put a little pressure on the opposition, and but we'll just do our job. And I appreciate everyone who comes out to the game, and just we have to do our job to make sure that they can get into it and stuff like that, which I think will continue to grow. Because I know what that stadium can be and has been, and our goal is to get it back there the way it has been in the past, and get the fans really excited and create an environment in there that makes it really tough on our opposition.
New Mexico's offense, is that a situation where a loud crowd could be especially disruptive to what they do, or are they not, is that not going to make a difference?
No, loud crowds. I mean, there's snap counts. You have to snap the ball, and so anytime there's communication. I don't care if it's in the huddle, even if you're in the huddle and you're trying to talk to your team in the huddle and it's loud and people can't hear. You're always, that has an effect. Cadence at the line of scrimmage, has an effect. If you can get people to jump off sides and now they're behind the sticks, it's 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10, or 2nd 15 instead of 2nd 10. That always helps, and there's a reason why when you go to other places, you practice with noise. We go to loud places, we practice with noise because we know it can be a distraction. It forces teams to prepare for it, and it's tough, and so hopefully we can get to that point sometime.
Kind of seems with New Mexico, they have to be ultra precise to make that offense work, and even more than most teams as far as the snap count, the footwork, just being a little bit off.
Yeah, timing's key with it, no doubt. But communication is the biggest thing in football. There's communication every single play, whether it's the center to the guard to the tackle, who's on, who's off the ball, what's going on, what is the snap count, all that. Communication's key, and so anytime you can have an effect on communication, that makes it tough on the offense. And when we go on the road, we always have to practice with noise because of that, and we have to work really hard on making sure that we communicate, be it verbally or non-verbally, and how you snap the ball, and those type of things. So it makes you, when you go on the road, it really makes you work hard on that if you're going into a hostile environment.
Well, Coach, New Mexico, you hear a lot about the triple option, but they also have a head coach with a defensive background, and he's had a bye week to try to prepare for you guys. When you go into that situation, do you almost, is it almost a guarantee that Bob Davies going to have some stuff to throw at you that you guys haven't seen for a little bit?
Well, you're right, Paul. It's we talked about their offense, but their defense is very aggressive. They fly around. They do a nice job. They get after you. They play really, really hard. They run to the ball. When I look at them on defense, they look a lot like us running to the football. They give great effort, and they have a good secondary. They have variations of blitzes that come after you and all that kind of thing. So they're a very aggressive defense, and one of the top 5 in the conference, and they do a really good job. So it's in all phases. That's why I said, we talk about offense, but all phases of the game we need to play our A game, because these guys will bring it. They're a very good football team in all areas.
And you gave them some extra film to digest with the Wildcat that you had some success with, and then your heavy package with the 6th offensive lineman, some extra tight ends. Coach Hill was saying that's your version of the T-heavy from back in the day. What do you guys call that personnel package?
Yeah, well, it is a little bit like that, and jumbo. We have a lot of personnel packages that would put a person in for at a certain position. So we have a lot of those that go on, whether it's an extra lineman or whether it's the Wildcat formation or whatever. But Coach DeBoer does a really good job, and Coach Grubb do a great job of dialing that stuff up, and players do a good job of executing it, of learning it and practicing it, and so yeah, we've put some things on tape that people need to prepare for sure, and we do it pretty fast, so it's not like they see it coming. We try to do it fast, and what Coach Hill's talking about is how we broke the huddle really fast. As that was the key to T heavy, was get them in, get them out, get them off. That was Coach Sweeney's lingo all the time with T heavy, and so that's what we tried to do last week. We were pretty successful with it on short yard situations.
And that's probably the most you've pushed tempo-wise so far this year. How do you feel about the way you guys were able to speed things up a little bit and the degree of success you had with that?
It was fine. Yeah, I thought we did a good job, and that's one of those things, putting it on Marcus again and putting it on everyone to get set. And we're in and out of tempo all the time in every game, but we did a little bit more this week, and I thought the guys handled it well. Got a couple signals wrong, which was kind of frustrating that we're throwing a certain route and the other guy and the receiver's running a different route, and that comes with communication. But no, I thought they handled the tempo just fine. All right, thank you.